The next concept we have is a protocol. So very important concept. So this we say as a delegation design pattern. So using this, so as of now we have seen one design pattern called singleton. So using protocol, we can achieve a delegation design pattern. So first thing, what protocols can do and what is the meaning of delegation. Sometimes in the real time, I have a multiple classes. So first I want to create a multiple classes. I'll create 3 classes. Second view controller. I have 4 classes. Now, if I take some real-time scenarios, if something happened in one class, suppose if I take Paytm application, I'll do recharge in one class, the balance will be updated in the different screen. So there are multiple screens for the recharge, for the ticket booking. There will be multiple screens, and what is the thing you do there? It will be updated in the global wallet. How it is giving the callback. So if I want to get the callbacks, I have to use the delegation design pattern to get nothing but how I give a callback in my controller, something has happened. Now I will inform to the other classes that something happened me in this class. So according to update your data. So first I have to design when I want to follow the delegation pattern, I have to design my protocols. So it is nothing but like a class, how we create a class and a structure. The same way I can create a protocol, and a protocol always follows some name here. So I will give sample proto. So my protocol name is sample proto. So this protocol, if you want to design in the classes, you can design inside the classes, or else you create one empty file. Inside the empty file, you can define the protocols. Now I'm defining in my class only. So in the class view controller, I'm defining a protocol. So protocol and a protocol name. Here we will see how abstract class will work. In the OOPS concept, we have seen abstract class we cannot directly achieve. We can achieve by using the protocol. So abstract class definition, I'll have only methods declarations but not method definitions. I want to declare a function. My function name, parameters, and the function body. But what protocol says? Protocol says your method whatever I have defined. So it is not a function method. Protocol method whatever I have defined should not contain any body. In my if you are defining in the protocol, it should not contain any body here. So remove your body. This is how abstract class and abstract method will be there. When I say abstract method, only the method declaration should be there, but not the method definition. So where I'll implement this method definition, where you are getting the callback. So when you want to get a callback, one class should tell you, the other class should receive. Which class is receiving the callback, that class should implement this. So how the other class will receive this callback, we will see. Now I want to design the classes here. I'll go to the storyboard. I have 4 classes here. I will design the 4 screens. So by default, there is a first screen. I want to design 3 more screens. And I have to associate the names, class name. So in the first class, I'll take one button. So some button name. So here I'm saying my button name is recharge button. So for this, I'll take an action in the same class. So when I have a button will always have a action. So on clicking on this button, something you are doing. So for that, I'll take a button action. So all this I'll explain in the design classes, how we are taking the buttons, actions, all this. So here, assume that there is action for the button. Now this is my button. When I click on that, I'll get a callback here. So in this action, in this button action, I want to give this callback. What are the protocol method is there? I want to give this callback. So how I can access this? The method whatever I declared, it is in the sample proto. If I want to access, first I have to take a reference of this, then only I can access this. Now I want to take a reference of sample proto. Same like other things, how you are taking a reference, I'll take a reference here. So protocol reference and my protocol name. Now it is a stored property. When you define a stored property, all the stored properties should have some initial value.
The protocol you define or as in the sentence?
No, we define, just now we define it. Now what I'll say, all the properties, stored properties should have some initial value. Now I don't have any value for this. I'm making it as a optional variable, optional stored property. Now using this instance, so now I have created an instance for my sample proto. Using this instance, I can give a callback. Give callback. Now here I am telling I am giving a callback from this class. Now from will be the view controller. Then where I will receive this. For that we will see once again this variable for the protocol. Whenever you are creating in a real time, make this variable as a weak variable. To avoid memory leaks, to avoid return cycles, always what are the variable you are creating for the protocol. It can be any protocol. The instance should be a weak instance. But here I am getting error, nothing but weak may be applied only to the class. Now it is not my class, or class bound protocols. Now this protocol I can make it as a class bound by saying protocol, and I am bonding this to the class. So now weak only you can apply to the class and class bound protocols. If I declare a string and this, I cannot make it as a weak. Why I cannot make string as a weak? Go to the string definition. In the framework, wherever I'm defining a string is a structure here. So only class or a class bound protocol I can make it as a weak, not the structure, not the enumeration. Now I made it as a weak, so there will be no memory return cycle here. And here on clicking on this button, I'll print. I'm clicking the recharge button. I'm giving the callback. Other class should receive it. When I want to receive it from the class, I have done this setup: protocol declaration, protocol reference, giving callback. If suppose I want to receive the callback here, what is the first thing that you have to do? First, you have to adopt the protocol. Then you have to confirm the protocol. So how I can adapt the protocol? After the adaptation, what are the steps that I have? After the adaptation, we have to follow some more steps. To the class, what are the class I'm having? Class is inherited from the view controller. After inheritance, you have to inherit my protocol also. So this is the inheritance from other class. Here you inherit my sample proto also. So this thing, whatever I have done, this thing we set as a adaptation of the protocol. So adaptation of the protocol is done, and I am getting the error. So what it is telling is You have confirmed to the protocol. We have confirmed the protocol. Type second view controller. So my second view controller does not conform to the protocol, and I want to implement the any steps here. The steps are nothing but whenever you are adapting, you have to make sure you have to implement all the methods that you have declared here. The method I have declared here, I have to give definition for this inside my second class. When I fix this error, when I go here, when I say fix it, it will implement the method. So here the method definition will come. Protocol method definition. If the same thing I do in the third class, go to the third class, if I adapt here, sometimes I want to receive the callback here also. So here also I'll adapt it. Wherever you are adapting, by default, the protocol methods are the required methods. You have to implement here also. So here I'll add a line. By default, all the protocol methods are the required method. So only you are getting the error to implement this. Now it is done. I have implemented the function here, so I should receive the callback here. Receive the callback. But here we have implemented only one step. Adapting the protocol only done. Still confirming the protocol is pending. How I'll confirm the protocol? How I will identify in a real time what happens if I have the storyboard. Go to the storyboard. How it will work? Now I have 4 classes. I want to receive the callback in all the classes. So second class I have adapted, third class I have adapted, and the fourth class also I'm adapting. But how delegate works means it will always give a callback from one to one class only. It will not send from one class to all the classes. Now
One
in this,
question.
yes,
So we adopted that in all our view controllers, means
yes,
all in all our classes,
yes,
and it showed this thing error to fix. So we declared that we defined also here that method,
yes.
and we created one weak variable, but that is in one class, right?
No, here the protocol I have defined in this class only. So now
Okay.
what my scenario is from this class, what is the class I have defined? From this class, I want to send the callback. From the view
Okay.
controller, when I click on this method, I want to give the callback. So whoever want to receive, the second scenario, whoever want to receive, they should adopt it.
Okay, but their variable is not no longer required, right?
No, there the variable is not, here I'm not declaring any variable. Here the variable is no longer required.
Okay, okay, got it.
Now, if I go to the storyboard, what I'm saying is here I can give callback to only one. So one sender to one receiver. But here what happened? I have 3 receivers. To which class I will send the message? If I go to the storyboard, I have 4 classes here. Now if I send, I'm clicking on this button, if I send a callback, to which class it will go. So for that, what we'll do, from which class you are coming back here. Suppose I'm in second class. Now I'm in this screen. If I come from here to here, now this button will send callback to this class only to the second controller. If I have a class here, suppose I'll take this actions also. Here I'll have a button. Go to class 1. Here I'll have a button. Go to class 1. Now if I'm in a third class and clicking on this button, I will come back to the first class. Now this button will send a call back to only this class. If I'm in this screen, I'm in a fourth screen. If I'm clicking on this button, I'll come back to the first class. So when I click this button, I'll give callback to only this. This is how it will always send one-to-one callbacks. From where you are coming to the same class, I'll give you the callback. If I'm coming from here, so from here to here I'm coming, I'll not give callback to this class. I'll not give callback to this class. Only to this class, I'll give a callback. This is how always it will work one-to-one scenario. Now I want to how I'll know from this class only I'm coming here. So here I have to know also, if I click on this button, I'm coming here. How I will know this? For this, we have one inbuilt method. Before that, we'll have one navigations here. I want to give some navigations. If I click on this button, I want to go to the third class. So this also I'll explain this, what is the connection I'm making here. Now I don't have any segues here. I don't have any threads here. So this connection, whatever I'm making, this I will call as a segue. So remember, just remember this segue. What it will do, we will see in the designing classes. This segues I just created to navigate between the classes. So now if I click on go to second controller, so the segue action, whatever I'm having, this segue, what it will do, from which class you are going to which class. It will always say from under to. So now if I click on this button, so this thread is highlighted. This thread will say from unto. Now I have one built method to find source and the destination. The keywords we use is, now if I click on this button, source is my view controller, destination is my second view controller. If I click on this button, if I click on some segue, now this button, source is a second view controller, destination is a third view controller. So I can find source and destination by using the segues. The same I will implement here. So in all the classes, I have one inbuilt method for the view controller called prepare for segue. So I'm just implementing prepare for segue. From where you are coming, I want to identify from where I'm coming, from where I am going. So just go to this method, EA storyboard segue. So this is a type. In my function, first my parameter is a storyboard segue parameter. This parameter will say your source and the destination. Now it is in my UAKit framework. I'm just using this method to identify who is the source and who is the destination here. Now first I'll take a variable in from this where I'm going. So first I want to identify if I'm in this class. Now I'm in a second controller. I can click, I can have number of buttons. I can have 10 buttons, I can have 20 buttons, I can have 30 buttons. Each button Segue callback I'll get here. So each button Segue callback I'll get here. So now the same button, if I click, I'm identifying if my Segue, so my parameter, my Segue destination, I'm checking if this destination is, so my Segue destination, if it is a view controller. If my Segue destination is a view controller, I want to confirm it. So I want to confirm the protocol. If not this controller, I don't want to confirm the protocol. So first it will check if you are going to this controller, my class. Now the view controller object will come into this variable, VC variable. VC dot your protocol name. My protocol name is a proto reference here. So my class protocol I'm confirming here. So this is nothing but confirming the protocol. If I'm not going to this class, it will never confirm the protocol. It will never confirm this. I'll always get the nil value here. If only I go to the view controller, then I'll have a value here. I'll confirm this. The same thing I'll implement in all the classes. Understood this one? How it will happen? So we have a Segue. The Segue, the Segue always have a values. What is the source and what is the destination? So you create number of Segues. If, for example, here I'll create one more button. So I'm creating one more button. For this, now the previous button has a value 2 here. So here only I have 2 buttons. If I click on this button, my Segue value will give a nil because my identifier I am checking to the only view controller. If my destination is only view controller, I'll confirm. If I click on this button, my destination is a third view controller. So I'll not confirm the protocol. The same thing in the third view controller, I'm doing this. If I'm clicking on this button, if I'm clicking on this button, my destination is a fourth controller. So I'll not confirm the protocol. If I click on this button, now if I click on this button, now this is the source. My destination is highlighted with the blue color called view controller. Now I'll confirm the protocol. So this is how to check from which class to which class you are going. We have implemented one inbuilt method. Inside this, my parameter will tell you the Segue. So I have an input, I'll get a result here. So using the Segue, I'm always checking destination is a view controller or not. If it is a view controller, confirm the protocol. If not, don't confirm the protocol. Now we'll see how it will work. I'll have a button action here. I'll have a prepare for Segue in all the classes. So first I want to give a callback. So directly I'll click on this button. So whenever I launch, one more thing we should remember, whenever I launch application, only one class is in the memory. So only one class, only first class is in the memory. I didn't I didn't go to the second class, third class, and the fourth class. So now, as of now, no other class adopted my protocol, no other class confirmed my protocol. If I click on this, I have a button action. So in the button action, I'm getting this. I clicked on the recharge button. I'm sending. My job is from this class, only my job is I have to send the callback. So from this class, I'm sending the callback. Now this class job is done. View controller class job is done. But no other class received the message. Why no other class received? No other class adopted this. So I'm not receiving. Now I'll put a breakpoint in the second controller. Here, keep a breakpoint in the view load. Now clicking on this button, what it will do in the storyboard, I have given an action to go to the second class. Now second controller view got loaded. Now second controller now is in the memory. Whenever it comes to the memory, it is adopting the protocol. Now one class adopted the protocol. Now I want to go to the first class again. If I'm going to the first class, my prepare for Segue always tell me. So where you are going. For this button in the storyboard, I have given the Segue action. It will tell where you are going. The first thing, it will check whether your destination is a view controller. So for this button, my destination is a view controller only. Then what I'm doing, I'm confirming the protocol. Now I came back to the first class. If I click now again, recharge button, I want to click. Again the same thing happened. So print and giving the callback. Now this callback, whenever I'm sending, now what happened? I have a one more class which adopted and which confirmed my protocol. So the second class, I have a print statement. So where I'll receive the callback. So I'm printing this. You received your callback in the class 2. Now if I do this again, number of times you give the callback, the class whatever implemented this. So this implementation I do here. Now I will write my logic. So once recharge is done, what I have to do. So in the second class, I will implement my statements. I will reduce the valid balance or I'll do some other stuff. So this is how I'll get the callback. Now I relaunch my application. Now only one class will be there. No other class will receive the message. I want to go to the second class. And I want to come back to the first class. Now the second class is the latest class that adopted and confirmed my protocol. If I send my callback, second class is receiving my callback. Now what I'll do, I want to go to the third controller. I'm going to the third class. Now I'm in the third class. Again, whenever you are going from this class, second controller to wherever you go, always it will check where you are going. Now it is not my view controller. So now I'm not going to the view controller. I'm going to the third view controller. So I'll not confirm any protocol. Now I'm in the third screen, third controller. From here, I want to go to the first class. Again, in the third controller, what is the third controller? I have a prepare for SegU. From here also, I am checking where I am going. I am going to the first class and confirm. And this class already adopted my protocol. Now, if I click on the recharge button, it will send callback to my third class only. It will not send callback to my second class because the third class is the latest class that confirmed and adopted a protocol. Now I'll receive a callback in the third view controller. Received your callback in the third class. Now if I go to the fourth controller, the same scenario. If I go to the fourth class, now I'm in a fourth class. From here I'm going back to the first class. If I send a message now, the callback will get received in my fourth class. This is how it will always send only one-to-one callback. It will not send a single at a time to call back to the multiple classes. This is a basic thing about the protocols. And now what is the scenario that we have seen? We call it a delegation design pattern. Delegation interviews, if they ask, we can implement delegation by using only the protocols. There is no other way to implement the delegation. And using the protocols, what is the method you are declaring? This is nothing but abstract method. We say abstract method also. And always how I'll give a callback from one sender to only one receiver, not to the multiple receivers. And in the protocols, what are the methods you are declaring? These are all the required methods. Now, if I add one more method and save your file. So always, whenever you're writing some code, save your file. Then if I do the build, build got failed. So why? If I go to the second class, here I adapted the protocol, but I have implemented only one method. I have implemented only one method. You have to implement now this method also. This error will fix you. I have to implement the other method also. Wherever you are adapting, all are the required methods. You have to always implement all the methods. I will comment this. Now, how I can declare optional methods? Declaring the optional methods, we will see tomorrow. As of now, any doubts in this protocol? How I'm sending the callback and how I'm receiving the callback. And using the protocols, we can transfer the data also. So the data transfer also we'll see tomorrow. As of now, I implemented only a simple method without any parameters here. Tomorrow we'll see how to implement a parameter and a return type. So all this we will see. From the second class, if I go to the storyboard, here I have a button. So for this button, what action I have given is, what are threads here you are seeing? It is a SegU thread. So if I just drag and drop from the second class, if I have one more button, this button I am having here. So I'm clicking on this button where you want to go. So I'll create a SegU from this class. This will be my source. If I want to go to this class, I will drop on this class. Now what happens? This will be my destination. This will be my source. Now the same way here, I have a button go to one. So go to one connection. So I'm clicking on this thread, my button got highlighted. So this is the SegU for this. Now this is the source and where this SegU is going. This blue SegU is coming to the view controller. Now this is my destination. This is up to the storyboard only. So whatever I have defined up to the storyboard. How I'll come to know in the coding. So to come to know in the coding, I have implemented a inbuilt method called prepare for SegU. So here, what is the SegU I'm having here? What is the SegU I'm having here? This SegU I can access in the coding. Which one? This one. Okay. So here, wherever you are receiving your callback, In the second class, I'm adapting it. So to get the callbacks, first thing we are doing here. Whenever you are adapting, you have to implement your method. What is the protocol method that you have implemented? You have to implement your code here. How I'll get a callback here? First, it will check where you are going. In the prepare for the queue, it will check where you are going. Now, if I'm going to this, I have a protocol definition here. This protocol definition I will confirm in the second controller. So this will create a connection between my first class and the second class. If I don't confirm this protocol, I will not get a callback here. So as I am confirming the protocol definition here, my first class will send a message to my second class. The same thing in the third class, if I am coming from here. My third class, again it is confirming my protocol. Now my third class associated with my first class. It will send a callback here. I am implementing this here. So this is how always it will work. So it will be little confused if you don't practice. You always get a confusion. So where I can declare this in the real time? I'll always declare in an empty file. So here I have declared in a view controller just to show how it is working. But remember how to send it, how to receive it. To receive, you have to do all this. To send, you have to implement all this. And Suvakant and Nikhil, you have any doubts here?
No doubts.
Nikhil, you have any other doubts? Okay. So tomorrow morning again we limit at 7:45. So any other doubts in this protocol definition? Number of classes. No restriction. So wherever I want to receive the callback, follow adaptation and confirmation. Wherever it can be any classes at 100, 200 or any classes. And we'll see one more thing, how I can implement multiple inheritance using the protocol. So as we discussed about multiple inheritance and moves, we can achieve by using the protocol. So tomorrow we'll see that concept.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.